Hi everyone, this is the Psychic Sleuth, and I am back with validations. I'm going to read so I don't miss anything. Remember, these are only impressions. To protect the innocent and myself, I will not be using the name of the suspect. By now, you all know who he is already. If you're really interested, then I suggest you get a paper and pen, take notes, then go and check it out. Back at Delphi Auto Rights, we are going to talk about them today because I went back through them. As I've stated multiple times, that's why I said if you actually watch my videos, I say it at the beginning, auto rights can contain multiple cases, multiple people surrounding the case, and past, present, and future. Plus, it's how we perceive the information. It's hard when they are so symbolic. First thing I want to say is that yes, this is extremely sad. I feel for Mollie and this family. I do not research before I work on a case. I would not go through all that trouble. I don't see how any of what I've ever said was ever on social media prior. None of it was. If you think that, then you have not watched the other videos and actually paid attention. I'm not the type to ever lie about who I am. There is more to the story than meets the eye. I always say we get things for a reason, and I didn't think this was linked to Delphi. However, it seems that I got a lot of what I got in that case in auto right matches this case. So, I believe either it's been done before, there are cases connected, or I was getting future information. Check back for a mini video that will be released on getting the location in my dream. It finally made sense. You're actually going to be floored. I have come up with a lot of validation, and I really try and understand why many of us are shown a white guy and two men. I was trying to understand why not all of it made sense, and now I completely get it. It was brought to my attention that the suspect has possibly a split personality, maybe multiple. As mediums, we will pick up the personality committing the crime. So it's possible his alter ego is white, especially the one doing the killing. This accounts for the blackouts. Check out multiple personalities or split personalities. They get mad or something happens. The original person, goes to sleep inside the other. The personality killer is who many of us saw, and that personality. But I actually did describe him in more back in Delphi, actually exact, and got so excited at the same info. But this time Mollie gave him to me another way than Spirit did before, which is why I fully believe his alter ego, or split as I call him, is a killer. There are most likely other cases connected to him, but I also believe there is way more here than we even know. I believe that he was sent to pick Mollie up for a ring and got mad. He split and killed her. It's just what I'm feeling, but Mollie was trying to show me that where she was and where to find him, so she honed in on the farm. And I talked about him more in Delphi Auto Rights and now. So do I have your attention yet? I'm still human and getting a handle on my gifts and the way that Spirit communicates. Much is symbolic and can be about others and that know the perp or the victim, anyone surrounding the case and the people that intertwine. Plus many other cases when working this way. You guys have to keep in mind that this case is still going on. A lot more information will come to light. So you don't need to be sitting there saying that I'm wrong when not everything is known. He hasn't even been tried and accused yet. But you just have to remember that things are going to keep coming in and validating, and you don't know what other cases are connected at all either. But also other cases can come in that are similar or that need help in an auto right. Remember, auto rights and information can contain past, present, and future. I will mention it again because there are some closed-minded people that aren't grasping. If he is innocent, he stands accused, but I'm not feeling he is. I got too much on him back in Delphi Auto Rights. Now, no, Delphi is not linked in this way. I just picked up multiple cases. I do feel like when I saw a brunette tied to a chair and I saw her strangled, I feel like it's someone connected to these people. That's what I'm leaning towards. If baby isn't Mollie's, then it's someone else's, but I do believe it's Mollie's because so many of us have picked it up. I still think that Mollie had sort of a wandering eye a bit and was having an affair, but I can't say for sure just what I felt and just what others have picked up. I cannot validate this for sure because it's not going to come out, and we're never going to know if she was pregnant either. But I just trust Spirit. I see many of you scratching your heads. Well, you should be. It took me a while to understand how I wasn't getting more on the suspect at this time, but the way she knew to lead me was to show me where he was and she was. The cemetery in my dream when I was laying on a hill. Well, there's a cemetery kitty corner to the area she was found. Calvary Cemetery. There's your flag. Off Green Street. I believe this was my dream. If I laid with my head facing green and looked to my left, what's in the distance? She's only a street over. And next to 1844, an auto body equaling 98. She was the sun. That's why she said to pay attention. But I had been over there a ton of times and I missed the cemetery, so it didn't click. See what I mean by symbolic? This will be shown in a video after this, or before, depends on which one is uploaded first. I was surprised by a lot of things that fit. I had a feeling something was going to happen that day, and I wasn't sure what it was, but I guess, sadly, we know now. Mollie is a beautiful woman, a ball of radiant light. Sadly, that light gets taken from this world by the dark sometimes. One thing I want to mention here, and I don't care if you all don't like it either. A person is a person. His race has nothing to do with it. He is also mentally ill, and now he should be able to get some help. He will probably get a test done. Sorry, guys, I still have my cough. To see which. It's hard to figure out multiple personalities, but it can be done. Hearing dissociative personality, too. Yes, is an illegal immigrant, or is he legal? They can't seem to make up their minds on that one per reports. But you know what? How many killers are American in our jails that are all nationalities and races? Just how many? It's not about the race. We need to focus on it's about the person. If he did this, it's possible he had two sides, as I stated, nice and mean. As I've just said, not to mention he's Gemini, which 11 had followed me around all day the day before I found out. Geminis are known for having almost split personality at times, kind of dark and light. Not all, but some, especially depending on the rest of their chart. So that's interesting. Splits are usually oblivious that they have another personality. For a long time, they just think they black out. Let's not attack the family. They are not the ones that killed Mollie. They may have not even known. Let's blame whoever's responsible, which is hard to do because he's mentally unstable and it's not even him really, it's the other personality or him snapping. They take on their strengths, etc. He's the one that did this if he's proved guilty, not the entire race and not the family, regardless of if he's purple. For those of you who don't get how it works, we come here with contracts, karma, things that happen, and if you will notice, chain of events can cause things to happen. There are certain things we just can't stop. I want to remind you that when I was getting the information, it's how I was perceiving it. I am human, connecting to another realm, another dimension, to a soul that is new, so keep that in mind as well. I am in no way trying to make things fit, just saying the reason I possibly got certain things. There are things that I discuss with my team before ever putting anything in writing that I see now are accurate. Looking back on Facebook messages. Now I had gotten right off, but I wasn't completely sure. And I didn't put it in here, so when I did the video, it wasn't in there, because I didn't go back and get the Facebook messages. And when I get things, I usually don't remember completely. It's a lesson to go with my first ping. Always got to go with our first ping. If you have found other validations, please let me know. I'm sure as more unravels, more will come to light and even more will make sense. Right now, it's hard to wrap our minds around this tragedy. Please don't direct our anger in the wrong place or at the wrong people. Lots of people don't know they are connected to a murderer. People are capable of unspeakable acts. It's part of the darkness in this world. I am sorry I was right and Mollie is no longer on the earth plane, but I do know that she's okay. I know she was gone the night that she was in my dream in the first meditations. I knew it when I felt the air leave my lungs for a bit, and I got sick the night she disappeared. I don't think it was a coincidence I got involved in this case, especially now I see I first got info regarding on him over a year ago and up into 6 months. I have gained a beautiful bond with this girl, and I will forever remember her. And you haters, y'all can hate all you want, but don't do it on my channel. These are spirits' last words, last feelings, the last messages that they have for us, and I need them to be respected. That's why I get so irritated. Not that you all think I'm wrong, but because you're not respecting her. You don't have to believe it, but you don't got to put it out there. No one cares what you have to say. Just find someone else to hate on or take a big look in the mirror. I won't put up with negativity on my channel, and I don't care if it's free speech or not. I'm an empath and I feel it, and I shouldn't have to. The first thing about this, if you knew the first thing about this, you would know how it works, and you would see that I was actually seeing a lot of where she was and matching a lot up. There are stuff that may not match this case, or things we may never know. What's important is that Mollie's family can have closure now, and that they can lay their daughter to rest the way that she should be honored. The police did a really good job taking care of this, so I commend them and thank them for being so open. One more thing, stuff comes through can have multiple meanings. Farm was 12 miles outside of Brooklyn near Guernsey. I am noticing when I first began this with my group, a few days later she went missing before I decided I wanted to do any videos or auto rights. And then I was just discussing, we got a Mexican guy in cornfields that got the name Craig, and I knew I was headed in the right direction at first. You don't have to believe me, but my associates can back me up on this. My manager that I work cases on can verify. It's a lesson to go with the first you get and not stray from it. Many times when lots of psychics, you need to have an open mind with this stuff and realize it's bigger than many of you are seeing, involved more than just him. Hopefully you get what I'm hinting at. I have to be careful. Also going back over the messages with my team assisting me and remembering that I had seen Mollie being dragged. I'm not going to go find it and do screenshots, but it's there. My associates can attest to my initial findings that are in the chat. But then I just forgot to add to the video just because so much was going on. I didn't have time to go back to my messages. I wasn't even going to do a video to begin with. Like in my dream, there's a slope, and it's 12 miles out of town, which did match what I got as well, and it's rolling hills. There's also a Lincoln Wildlife Preserve nearby, which could be the flag as well. In both areas, there's a pond. It's possible my vision of ducks was for this since they are associated with ponds. The cabin, I'm just not sure about it. It's very vivid in my vision, so if it doesn't fit with his or her family somewhere, then it has to be another case. But I noticed that his house is on the inside is wooden, and on the outside, it's the color that my cabin came out to be in orangish reds. Still probably another case or connected to the farm family. But I got one in Delphi too. Again, it's how we perceive it, which will probably make sense in the future. Spirit is very helpful with other cases. I have noticed, per reports, there is a Quick Star gas station on the corner as well. That's like a 7-Eleven to me, so that's how I would relate to it. So that makes sense as well if that's where it was, because it's on the corner. But that was earlier in the day at the very first reports. Regardless, per report, she was found in Poweshiek County, which I got a P name. It was a confusing name to understand, but I don't know if you remember, I said it was definitely a P. If it's off of 460, there's the 4. He works at Yarrabee Farms. Outside is a dairy cow surrounded by flowers. This will explain more of the validations I'm going to tell you about. There is a redwood building. I don't know if you all remember, but I mentioned a video camera. This is what helped police arrest him. There's a video camera that faces her house. It was able to catch the guy on camera, so that was awesome. I got that because I don't think it's a coincidence that all psychics were getting 2 and had some explanations. Validation. I'm not saying anything. You can all make your own conclusion, just matching things up. Things will still be brought up that surrounds the case, but I don't believe it's coincidence. Now, most of you have seen a now political figure named Craig associated with Yarrabee Farm per news reports. He has whitish gray hair with glasses. Remind you of anyone I described? Look back in the dream of him watching. Just means symbolically that is where she was. More than likely, since he is co-owner per reports. I now understand the flag. Here's another meaning. Political USA. This is now war and immigration law, etc. It has made a lot of hate, etc. So if you think her being covered up by flag makes a lot of sense with the political agenda. Her being covered with it is asking about is also talking about what her passing will do to America. I also think it ties back to this. Have you looked at the family? There are at least two sons, or connected. One is 6 foot, wider shoulders, blondish, reddish hair, sometimes looks sometimes darker. I believe blue eyes. He has a dog named Ted. Now, second guy, he has dark hair and honestly matches more of the first vision. He's got greenish blue eyes. He's married to a blonde. He wears red and symbolizes a group or sport. The picture I have seen, he has a red sweatshirt and hat. Remember, Mollie mentioned red. There is an image of the farm owner, per reports Craig, in front of an aircraft. Red airplane, basically. Same as a helicopter. They probably have one of those, too. Teddy bear, I know. This meaning, I just can't say. I believe this and the few other things which have to do with a possible affair or something else, which now will never come out. I believe it connects to the shop. There's where it's a logo, and there's a green shop truck, and A. Lang works there. Brown boots with laces and jeans, farm gear. The wedding ring can symbolize someone that Mollie was seeing or she talked to. We just don't know yet, or can relate somewhere else, but I believe it's still Mollie. Numbers 4 and 7. Now, Ellie said he had been there between 4 and 7 years. Also, if you go back to his profile, the ending number is, in fact, 7 by itself. July, but can fit other places. Things can have more than one meaning. Redwood tree trunk. Now, I wish I could show you the images from the news. I'll try to splice it on here. But there is a redwood building. I don't know if y'all remember me saying before that sometimes there are more than one meaning. Well, I did not realize when I worked this case that she was from Northern California and that her dad and her had been to the redwood forest. Barn with tools hanging down for slaughter signifies farm. Can also signify the farm that was searched earlier in the investigation where her Fitbit was. Name Hope. I think she's validating our friend. If you hear this, Hope, she loves you. C name, our suspect, or farm worker, both C sounds. By the way, the people that own this farm, they used to live in Johnson, Iowa. Green is going to fit someplace, I believe, is East Green Street, where the cemetery is off of. It could also be the grass around the area where she was found. It's going to fit, though. Could mean agriculture as well. She kept showing me her in her home getting ready. I think it's another case. I never saw her hair, just a towel on her hair and lotion on her legs watching TV, unless it's a different time and she had been picked up by her affair before, which is a possibility. And from what she told me, from what I've been told, she knew our suspect's ex-girlfriend, and also the brothers did. And there's your football connection, because the ex-girlfriend was also a cheerleader, and so that's per reports, and he also knew her mom. He is local and has been in the area for a bit, yes. May work on a farm or have connections too, yes. As far as I'm being told, he worked on a dairy farm, which we know now. Per reports, Langs own it. I keep hearing an accent, though it was country, could fit these other guys. Pitchfork moving hay on and off a truck. Wonder what he did at that farm, or if they did this sort of thing. You can take route to the farm. Black and white cows, dairy farm signifies Yarby, but also Guernsey is the name for a cow. There's an image, and there is a black and white cow surrounded by flowers. The flowers, I'm thinking as well, is going to mean that she's being laid to rest, which she is. I smelt dirt and oil on him. If he worked on a farm, it's more than likely any of them. Mechanics as well. I got mechanic links to Delphi auto rights too. Either has been questioned or will be, which obviously he was, and he's awaiting trial. Turning her head with her hair flying like she was looking behind her, or maybe she felt she was being followed as she was running. Tasting dirt, possibly due to cornfield she was found in. Okay, sorry about that. Hang with me 1 second. I lost my place. Everything shut down, so hold on, it's loading. And I'm not rereading all of it again because it's really long, as you can tell. So just bear with me a few seconds. Oh, come on. I can't stand when it's slow like this. Okay. Again, sorry about that. I smell dirt and oil on him. If he worked on a farm, more than likely any of them are going to smell this way. Mechanics as well. I did get mechanics links back to Delphi auto rights too. Either he has been questioned or will be, which obviously he is because he's awaiting trial. Turning her head with her hair flying. Oh, sorry if I'm repeating myself. Tasting dirt, possibly due to cornfield she was found in. Fertilizer they use on corn also make it from cow manure. I'm wondering about the corn, if it's peaches and cream corn, since she was eating a peach, also symbol of forbidden fruit in a way, I think. Dark wavish hair in the back. First thing I saw was his hair. Black, basically, with a wave to it. He does have longer wavish hair, darker features. This would mean dark hair on his arms as well. Younger, oddball. Suspect is younger. To me, 20s is a bit young, and he was a young oddball. Love triangle. I bet a wife was jealous. Probably will never come out. The sun makes sense for another reason, too, because I did watch it rise, and because she was found at 5 a.m. dawn. I guess it was in an EVP as well, but I was doing reading for a lady, or basically telling her a few things, and a few minutes later I heard 5. It followed me around for a day, and then to find out that's the time she was found the next day. Makes sense now. Didn't then, but I didn't have time to make a video about that. Possibly smokes. I bet it fits someone connected. Heard trusting wrong. Should have stayed home. I think she's feeling it this time. She should have stayed home. See chickens and throwing out scratch in his hand. So again, I wonder if what he did on a farm. I did get cornfield. She was covered by leaves. Okay, the dream where she was hidden under wood planks. This could be symbolic that she was under something that needed to be moved, what she was, because in the dream I moved them to get her out. The corn stalks had to be moved. I think the shower scene is possible affair. Ted, the news anchor's name is Ted. So is Dane Lane's dog is Ted per public reports. Flowers can mean as well. Iris, suspect's ex name per report. However, as I said, the place has flowers surrounding the cow. Notice that the Mollie's movements are flowers that everybody's posting on the profile picture. I keep seeing lipstick and red nail polish. I did find a picture of red nail polish that someone showed me, and I don't know about the lipstick, but probably she did wear it when going out. See, in the meditation, she took me to the clouds and showed me her wrist. I believe this is related case if she was not held. Pill bottles in this situation could be that he should be on them, or someone has a pill habit. Riding a bike. Now, this can mean freedom, but I was told she had bicycle that she rode, and there was something about a bicycle club someone told me about. I can fit Thomas to a connection as a middle name, but I'm not going to say who. Shovel may have had another meaning. He could use one in his work. Can fit another case. I did see handcuffs, so he has been caught. A lot of people picked up seller. He does have one. Rich and powerful. He is somebody. Well, I'll let you connect the dots on that. Now, in the dream, I was on the hill with my head pointing down. Lots of green grass. But that green spot, except for that brown spot. But I believe she was trying to show me the hills. But I don't know, maybe way in the distance there are hills. I bet there's property with a cabin somewhere like I'm seeing, owned by these people possibly, or it's another case, but it's important as it's been seared into my brain. The cold can be another case, but we turn cold when we pass. Dreams are often very hard to decipher at times, for me anyway. It could have been how I perceived his house, since it's wood on the inside, but I still think it may be connected to this big family. Private location, no one to search, which they didn't per any reports. Trees. In this area, there are a ton of trees. And I don't know if what she showed me is a cabin or that building like a cabin in the area, because there is one that's reddish, or can still be the area we were discussing. It did come up in Delphi auto rates as well. Hearing something about an alibi, I don't know if it fits anywhere. Maybe this is to make someone an alibi. I don't know. I wonder if the silver vehicle is going to fit. Ducks, probably symbolic of the pond nearby. Peshawick, P for Palshawick County, flawed. He's flawed, or the case is, in a way, or it has another meaning. Need to look at neighboring countryside. That's where she was, in a way, because she was outside of Brooklyn. I do actually feel, also, that's where the farm is, so that's actually pertaining to looking for him. I do actually feel she was going to tell someone something that night, whether it be a girlfriend or someone else. Road is paved with blood. I had an idea to YouTube that, and there is a song about politics. It totally fits the situation. Please listen. It will be in the description. It's called Blood Paved Road. We All Fall Down by Prozac. The tied to a chair, I bet another case, there's been people tied to a chair, and it's behind the specific people. Maybe. Two sides, kind and dark, nice and mean. He is also Gemini, but he does have two sides, the twin split personality. Water running, I believe there is water running in the area with a farm. Wooden box, I wonder if he is into this, if one of them connected to is into this kind of skill, or anyone is. It's been put twice in my dreams. Darker features came up again. The shower guy is a different guy. I feel like that was some sort of relationship because he makes her feel good. Feel it's some sort of relationship. Darker haired, wavy, nerdy, but surprisingly strong. He is. Obsession, lust, as we can tell that's exactly what it was in a way. Just think of all I've said. Just take it as Spirit says. I'm not trying to convince you of anything, just putting the info out. Gun rack and back of truck, I believe, can go for Dalton's brother or any one of the other hunters that's surrounding the case. Was shown the camera again. I believe that this was important to him getting caught. Gathering of people, I believe this is the things that will be done in her name. However, I was told there was some sort of gathering with them at one time. I know this is right about her. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Beautiful soul, wonderful friend. Saw running shoes in a bright color. What she does have a pair of black and pink posted on one of her social media sites that I found after the fact of getting that. Someone sent it to me. Hair longer. Believe the suspect is, it's different in most pictures. The game of Clue, that's what it was to everyone. Arms across chest and shivering. Happens when we pass, but may also be connected to another case. Flowers losing petals, just like when a flower dies. I guess we can say the corn stalk leaves. Because I was told they kind of look like flowers sometimes. And they also use seeds. Maybe she was talking about the flowers, how they are beautiful when they die. I think the flowers may have been symbolic as well as Mollie's movement. My life is beautiful, confusing, but beautiful. I really think she was confused place, but that's because she was a young girl. I had mentioned to my group, I can't remember if we put it in here, that a trunk needed to be checked at one time. You can verify this with them if you want to. I thought I mentioned it in my auto rights, but I didn't see it unless I added it to the video. I guess reports are that he found an earbud and then realized she was in the trunk. I do feel like she was in her trunk for a bit. Honestly, I do feel, oops, I just repeated myself, sorry. Somewhere in Delphi Auto Rights I got stars and I didn't write it down. It kind of reminded me of the Quick Star gas station. Delphi Auto Right 1. Flash of a knife. Some killings are brutal. Boys will be boys. Peach. Truck driver of red truck. Elang's son has a truck company with red trucks. Video surveillance. 5 more times before caught possible. Knife something on the handle possible. Prescription meds. Needs to be on them or someone else is addicted to them. Auto right 2. Rosary. Wonder if he is Catholic or his family is. Button missing on a shirt. Flannel shirt, white and blue square. He wears these types of shirts. At times he wears a ring. I have seen one in his photos. Man has Spanish accent. 4 and 12. Look familiar? Suit and tie. The Langs. Farmer. The Langs. Seeing a lot of money. The Langs. Every girl for a reason. Never been caught and not in the system. Handcuffs. House or building on a farm. Devil in disguise. Tiger, which is a predator. Auto right 3. Horses. Serial killer is darker. Tan, Mexican descent. Heart with arrow, lovesick. Angie again. Eyes are almost black. Hair is black. Mexican descent. Black cowboy hat. He is wearing one in a photo. Snakeskin boots. Usually Mexican cowboys wear these. 8. She was found in August. It might connect somewhere else as well. Bones buried. I believe his case is connected. I did get Boney as well. He is Boney, but I don't remember which one it was in. One of my associates reminded me. Red string going around to signify connections. Microfiber may signify sports bra or something that's microfiber material. Auto right 4. Hides in plain sight. Last person anyone would suspect. Different personalities. Multiple personalities. If people don't think they are real, think again. Spanish guy in blue and white flannel shirt again. Who wears those types of shirts. Auto right 5. Extreme pain in my chest. Knife flashed in my face. Flash of it going up and down, very cool, calm, and collected till killer takes form. 7/7, July, and him from Remember Earlier. Cabin in the Woods connects to another case, I feel, or it can be the way I perceived his house, or it can be connected to these people. Eric, per public record, Eric Lang / Calderman lives with suspect. Wrangler jeans / black cowboy hat. He does wear those. Colorful laces, bright, look like running shoes. Fascination with flowers. Having trouble breathing. Earrings, shiny but small, maybe his or hers. Knife was used and makes me feel certain things. When time it came, it was quick. Iowa. Auto-right 6. Pain on the left side of my head makes me feel as if she was hit on the head. C. Sound name. I forgot to write which auto-right I'm remembering, but there was this old Rugged Cross song. It is a Christian song. Auto-right 7. Earbuds and jamming. K will be on the building or something. Quick star is a K. Suspenders. He's wearing some black ones in a picture. Junk. There's junk in a yard. Dairy. Black and white cows. Auto-right 8. Mexican flag. Libby painted a house with rolling hills for me. See him watching girls as they walk up the sidewalk. Flowing river with blood. His last name does mean riverbank. Per online dictionary. Auto-right 9. Multiple personalities. Connected to borderline schizophrenic disorder. Seriousness. Stalker. Letter P. Nauseous / anxiety. Mexican flag. Knife with blood dripping from it. Never been caught. DNA not in system. Golf course. I believe the Langs play golf per social media pictures, but I also think I saw a golf course nearby. High 5, maybe 5 a.m. Also 5 weeks, I guess. Planning, stalking, watching, waiting. Extreme psychopath. Gets crazy when angry. Urges to kill strong. Iowa. Again. Geese. Probably the pond. Police lights. Small red building. Rivers. Closest suspect's last name. Pig farm, which was searched in the beginning where Fitbit was. Object of my affection. Broke my heart. Hasta luego. Elephant. Symbolic of children and moms. Auto-right 10. Hunter grabbed a deer and cut its neck. Maybe Dalton's bro per social media picture. Another hunter that's connected. It can't, excuse me, it can't be this man is a hunter of women. Deer was a doe. Random, but I see someone jogging in what looks like suburban neighborhood. Bigger than many, no, stretches far and wide. Stars and black cowboy hat. Cowboy boots. Buckaroo. Mechanic was in that one as well. According to what I've been told, people who support me and believe in me, they have experienced my gift firsthand, and the area looks much how I described. There are some stuff that doesn't make sense yet, but we may never know because we do not know all aspects of Mollie's life or the people surrounding this case or anything else involved, so we need to keep that in mind. Also, things are still coming to light. We also need to keep in mind that we can pick up other things as well from other cases, spirit, whatever. It does happen. When you're auto-writing, sometimes I hear the voice and sometimes it's like my thoughts. When people do not understand how these gifts work, they like to think that we are fake, when in fact they are closed-minded trolls, and because I put myself out there, I have to deal with them. I'm an empath and I refuse to deal with negativity. I have had enough of that in my life on my own, not to mention the stuff that I have to see or do on a daily basis. I talk to deceased. I work with grievers. It's not an easy job, but I love it. And I have hundreds of testimonials that can attest to my gifts. I am still learning how they work even after 6 years. We are always learning, growing, gifts are changing. We don't know why we get what we do, but we get things for a reason. And people can like it or not. I don't feel like everybody knows the whole case yet, and they may never will. This is a lot bigger than people even know. I'm doing God's work, and I'm a warrior. I'm His warrior. I have no one to make happy but Him in spirit. All of you negative people, I don't care about you. You're nothing to me. You know the little flies that are annoying and filled with shit. I say this nicely, but that's exactly what you are. You're judgmental people who know nothing about the work I've done, the people I've helped. You know nothing about what really happened, just what media puts out. So with that being said, this isn't about me or any of you. This is about Mollie and her family. It's not about you. You may think it is because you have nothing to do but troll all day long and seek attention. But again, it's not about you. It's about her. And that is who I've been fighting for. I only got involved because I was asked to, and I was also okayed by someone close to family who knows I hit on stuff and anything to keep putting stuff out that I got. Mollie is amazed by the love and outpour that she has received, but she is not happy about the hate. She wants her life to be remembered for the beautiful soul that she is, the impact that she made on every life she touched, every life she came across, not how her life was stripped from her. She wants good things done in her honor, not fighting, not bullshit, not attacks. Believe what you want. You do not have to be a part of my channel. You do not have to be a part of this video. How hard is it to mind your own and go do something else? Maybe do something besides make others miserable. Mollie knows that America mourns her. For those of you who are supportive and believe in my gift, I'm thankful to you. I appreciate you, and Mollie does too. Mollie, I can tell you, is very touched, and she blows kisses. Not her style to be hateful, so neither should you. And that's all for now. Please like and subscribe, and look forward to more videos as I get more validation, as long as it keeps coming in. Hi everyone, this is the Psychic Sleuth, and I am back with validations.